Tonight, Vice President Mike Pence's chief of staff and 3 other aides have all tested positive for COVID-19. But with just 9 days to go until Election Day, the VP, who was just in Indy this past Friday, says he's staying on the campaign trail. With just over a week to go until Election Day, all 4 candidates are crisscrossing the country. Even Vice President Mike Pence, whose chief of staff Mark Short and 3 other aides have tested positive for COVID-19. CDC guidelines say Pence, who had close contact with Short, should quarantine for 14 days. But Pence has been cleared by the White House medical unit, classified as an essential worker.
Essential personnel, whether it's the Vice President of the United States or anyone else,
but he's not
has to continue on.
The White House says Pence has tested negative and is taking precautions. As new cases of COVID-19 shatter daily records, more than 166,000 Americans testing positive the past 2 days, the pandemic is front and center on the campaign trail.
This is the greatest failure of any presidential administration in the history of America.
But President Trump continues to downplay the pandemic while offering no proof that a vaccine could be just weeks away.
We're rounding the turn. Even without the vaccines, we're rounding the turn. It's going to be over.
Meanwhile, there's still no deal between Congress and the White House on another coronavirus stimulus aid package. But both sides are hopeful a deal can be reached this week.
So we have to act. To do anything, though, that does not crush the virus is really official malfeasance.
Politics aside, most medical experts warn the country is now at a dangerous tipping point as hospitalizations surge and new cases are rising in at least 41 states. And we are among those 41 states. For the 4th day in a row, Indiana reported more than 2,000 new COVID cases. You can see those days in orange at the end of this chart there on the right part of your screen. Nearly half of those cases are in counties across the northern part of our state, but there are still hundreds of newly infected Hoosiers right here in central Indiana. More than 400 of those cases are people in their 20s.